And we're going to rock up to sitting. Those of you who know this, some of you might not want to do it, otherwise you can come up to sitting in your own way. Otherwise, bring the thighs back over the chest, interlace the hands around the back of the knees, and make yourself into a nice tight little ball so the elbows are squeezed into the sides, the back of the neck's long, the chin down towards the chest, and just start to rock forwards and backwards, lifting up and opening the low legs. And just start to allow yourself to rock on your spine. You know, this is kind of unlearning the adult inhibitions. This is probably a posture that we naturally did when we were kids. I know it feels pretty nice. And it just massages the back of the spine. If that's not good for you, just come up to sitting in your own gentle way. And as you slowly rock, listen to that inherent rhythm of the body and just allow the body to rock you up. So it's a sense of you're being done to, you're not doing it. It's kind of you're allowing it to happen. And we're just going to work into some seated twists, just to warm up the body. So take your legs out straight. This in itself is a tough posture, Dandasana. Let's not underestimate it. We need flexible hamstrings. These deep hip flexors, you know, the ones that we were just working on, the ones that we could feel down the outside here, often restrict us in this kind of posture, the forward bends. So if you feel that this is a strong posture for you, you can sit on the block. You know, if you're doing this, we don't want to round the back because that will put pressure on the vertebra. And you want to sit on a block a little bit. And from here, take your legs wide, just comfortably wide. Make sure that you're sitting on your seat bones. And take your right arm around you to the back of your body. So your right arm just scoots around you to the back of the body. So the heel of the hand is close into the body, the fingers are pointing away from you. And have your left arm just resting on your left leg. I'm going to breathe in and sweep the left arm up. And as we breathe out, just sweep it over to the right foot or towards the right foot, wherever it rests, on the leg or on the foot. Breathe in, sweep it up. All the way back to the left leg. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, sweep it down to the toes or to the leg, wherever you can reach. Breathing in, lift up. And breathing out and down. So once more, breathing in, sweep it up. Breathing out, reach over. So keeping the back straight, see if you can reach over a little bit further and see if you can look underneath your armpit as you just lift the head underneath the armpit. Breathe in and lift up, and breathe out and release. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So just bring the hands back to the front, bring the left arm around the back of your body, the heel in close to the buttocks, so the arm acts as kind of a support, and have your right arm on your right leg. Breathe in, lift up, stretch up nice and tall, and as you breathe out, reach over to your left foot, or just onto the leg, very good. Breathe in, lift up, stretch up, straighten up, and breathe out, lift the arm down. So we can release into this as deeply as we want to, breathing in, lift up, so as long as we've got a straight back, and breathe out. Keeping that back nice and straight, just reach to where you can get to, breathe in, just go with your own breath. And do that once more, and as you do it this time, your body might not be ready for it yet. You can just see if you can look up underneath the arm to look out through your head, your arm. Breathe in to lift up, out and down. And then just bring the legs together. Just sit back on the hands a little bit and have a little roll on the heels. And then we're just going to take the legs wide once more. Now that we've warmed up a little bit, we're just going to do a slightly stronger twist. But again, we just go with what we can work with. So take the legs a little bit wider maybe, either as wide as before or a little bit wider. And take your arms wide. Remember, if this feels like it's a strain for the back, do sit on a block. So breathe in, we lift up. And as you breathe out, take your right arm to your left foot. And your left arm is behind you, just look back behind you. Breathe in to come up. Just do what you can do. Breathe out, take your left hand to your left leg or your left foot. Sweep your right arm behind you and just look back at your right outstretched hand. Breathe in to come up. Keep working with your own breath. Breathing out. So just look back a little bit. You may not get very far. Full twist, don't have to worry about that. And just breathe into the posture. So breathe out to sweep down and look back. Breathe in to come up. And do it another 2 more times on each side. To make it a bit easier, you can bring the legs closer together. You don't have to take the arm quite so far back. And work with the breath, breathing out into the twist, breathing in to come up to centre. So you'll finish on the left side. And then release the arms, bring the legs together, and just have a little rock on the back of the heels. Okay, so everybody doing all right? Yeah? Great. So we're going to come to all fours. We're going to do that lovely cat movement. So come to all fours, kneeling. And everybody okay with kneeling? Now, we may need a bit of padding under our knees, and do remember in this posture, our wrists might be a little bit sore. So rest out and ease out if you need to. And if wrists get sore, you can even make little fists with the hands and try this. Okay, so we just do a little bit of working cat. Most of you know cat, so nice flat back. Just make sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, the heels of the hands underneath the shoulders, and the knees are hip width apart. And the front of your feet are nice and flat, so front of the feet on the floor. Nice flat back, breathe in. As you breathe out, push into the hands, arch the back up, you know, like the cats do. The chest, the chin comes towards the chest and the head looks between the knees. And then the out breath begins. Let the breath begin. The pelvis tilts the other way so the tailbone sticks up. The ripple along the spine as the navel comes towards the floor and the head just looks up about 5 feet along the floor. And then the out breath begins. Follow that with a pelvic movement. Chin and the head looks between the knees. And just keep working in this. So allow the movement to drive it. Allow the being state to drive it. So you're just working with the breath. Breath begins the movement. And then the movement follows the breath. We're just working with the natural state of the body. Those of you who've done cat for a little while can begin to move into the moving cat. So as we arch up, we can just draw the buttocks about halfway back at the same time. And then we can lift up. Navel comes towards the floor. And we just keep the neck long as we look along the floor. Keep those shoulder blades down and into the back. And then breathing out, arch up, and at the end of that, buttocks halfway down. So that's a nice enhancement if you want to introduce a little bit of movement into the posture. Keep that going with the breath. And on your next in-breath, just come to all fours kneeling with a flat back. And then sit back in a kneeling position. Just sit back on the knees. Okay, if the knees are comfortable. If not, just adopt a comfortable posture. I just want you to watch the next posture. So we're going to do a posture called threading the needle, which is excellent for shoulders and excellent for the spine. It releases, people either find that it releases into the lumbar spine or it releases into the thoracic spine. I think it depends on where we're tight. So threading the needle is like this. So we start from all fours. I'll just show you to begin with, just so that you can see it. And we're going to breathe in, we're going to lift the arm. And if we want to, if our necks are okay, we can allow the head to follow the arm. Just lift up as high as we're comfortable. And then we breathe out and we sweep the arm down, bending the elbow and then threading this arm through. Okay, and the aim is to get the head and the shoulder to the floor like this. Of course, you can use a block as well, or, you know, a blanket or your coat or something if you need to. But the aim is to rest the side of the face and the shoulder on the floor. So this upper elbow is bent and this arm is swept through. We're going to rest here for a bit and we're just going to ease into it. So we stretch out through the spine, easing the buttocks back and feel that stretch. I mean, I can feel it in my upper spine, but I have a tendency to sit at a desk for a while, so that's why. We're going to hold it, coming up whenever and if we need to. And then at the end of it, we're going to lift this upper arm up, so to ease more into the twist. Only do that if you feel like your body can take it. And then breathing out. breathing in gently, pushing it up, sweeping up once more, and then back down to the floor. Okay, so we are going to hold it, and if you feel that you need to come up out of it, that's absolutely fine, just work with your body. And what you might want to do if you come up out of it early is just rest back and stretch out through the spine like that. Okay, so everybody come to all fours kneeling. We're going to do it with the right arm first, so we're twisting to the left side. So get comfortable here and then begin with the breath, breathing in, lifting that right arm up nice and straight, looking up with the head. Breathing out, bringing the arm down and through, bending the elbow and then threading that arm through. Take it easy, just ease your body down onto the floor. Right shoulder, right side of the face, the head resting on the floor. The arm is flat and just rest here. And as you're in this posture, just see if you can scoot the seat bones back, stretching out through the spine. So the bum stays up and we feel this wonderful stretch through the spine. And just hold it here. Keep it good. Now, just have a little rest out. You can either sit back on the heels and stretch out. 2 little pillows with the hands, just to have a rest here. Or you can just sit back on your knees. And if your head can't reach the floor, use the block. Or even make 2 little pillars with your hands, with your fists, and rest your forehead on those. And when you're ready, come back up to all fours. We're going to do it to the other side. And you may find one side harder or easier than the other. That's very common. As we do yoga, we notice these imbalances in the body. So draw your shoulder blades down and into the back, make your neck long. And when you're ready, breathe in, lifting that left arm up into the air, following it with the head. And as you breathe out, lowering it down, bending the elbow, threading that arm through and under, and bending into the right upper elbow this time. Ease your body down onto the mat. Great. Making that lower arm relaxed, so everything's relaxed into this. I say there's no effort, of course. If we're tight, our hips are tight, our shoulders are tight, our spine is tight, it's going to feel like a stretch. But see if you can find that place of middle way, that place of not doing and not doing. So that place of not just being lethargic and not trying, and that place of overdoing it. Find that middle way with the breath. Taking a couple more breaths, just noticing what's going on with you. Maybe there's a little bit of, oh, I want to be out of this now. Just see if you can stay there a little bit longer, but come out of it if you really feel you need to. And then when you're ready, see if you can lift that right upper arm, straighten it up. Allow it to kind of spiral up and out of your body. Palm facing this opposite wall towards me, if you're, apart from you two at the back. That's it. And then release that arm down. And then push into your right upper arm. Lifting up, sweep your left arm all the way up. Look up with the head if that's okay. And then bring that arm back down to the floor. And rest out however you need to. You may just want to kneel back. You may want to really ease out through the arms into Shavasana, or a modified version of that with a fist or a block. The most important thing as we ease out is that this is a restful posture. And then come up again to all fours when you're ready. Just another little bit of work in all fours.